Hello, everybody, and welcome to Recording with me, DJ Glowing Eyes. Today, we're going to make an attempt, okay? We're going to make an attempt to make a lo-fi hip-hop beat. And these beats are very popular now. I hear it all the time. That seems to be the go-to thing to do now. Back in the day, say early 2000s, mid 2000s, dudes would be wanting to learn how to play guitars and play in a rock band. Times have changed, so in order to keep up with the changes and the trends, we are going to make an attempt to do a lo-fi hip-hop beat. I'm not a fan of this kind of music. I find it kind of slow and boring, but that's what that's what's popping. So anyways, I got my mug of coffee, so let's get to it. Okay, so before we even get into recording anything with musical instruments, what we want to do is take a microphone. Hello? And we will record some kind of grainy kind of thing, because these songs always have some kind of background noise. So what we're going to do now is record some background noise with this microphone. Right now it's a little low, so let's create an audio track for it. So we got to put it in the right thing. So this is in input 2, so we need to put this in input 2, and there we are. Okay. So it may sound loud right here, me talking, but we're recording the ambience of some room. All right, put that away. Okay, so what we'll do with this clip is, first off, raise it to the highest volume we can do. Take the audio we're going to boost it we'll pulverize it here. So there we go, we have some nice little white noise now. Let's open up a Kong drum designer. This is what I like to work with. So we're at 65 beats per minute. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is make the drum pattern, the drum beat. And it's just gonna be very easy, 4 bars, and then it's just gonna be, maybe some variations, but it's just gonna be copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So, got a drum pad already loaded up in here. This is just kit normal on a sound pack called Afterglow that I really like using. We'll pulverize it a little bit, squash it a little bit. So it sounds like this. So that snare sounds good. That you don't want something too aggressive like that. Like, I love that snare. That snare sounds badass, but we want something more wimpy because this is a lo-fi hip-hop song. And then you don't want it too sharp. You want to dampen the entire... So you mess with the frequency. Right there, this is at 11 kilohertz, but you want to turn it down to maybe about 5. Something like that. So how the patterns for these songs usually are, at least from my taking of hearing it a few times, is it's like a... So let's just do that. Yeah, so there we go. We'll just copy and paste that a bunch of times. I'm holding down Control and pressing V for those of you. That's a trick I learned quite recently, actually. As much as I've been working with computers, I didn't realize Control V would just paste things instead of you having to right-click, hit paste, right-click, hit paste. So, learn something new every day. So now we're going to punch in the bass and the snare drums into this beat. All right, so let's listen to what we got so far. We got background noise, this track right here, and then we got the drums. All right, very kind of uneventful, but it's something. I keep hearing a noise right there. Maybe we need to cut that out too. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. All right, so now it's time to lay down a synth part, put down some chords or whatever. So let's do that. There's a few settings that you could use for your keyboards, obviously, for a lo-fi thing, but what I like using is something in this Afterglow Reason refill called Old Style Quint, and you'll hear this here. Very chill, you know. If you're having a long day, you know, so many, you know, sensation overload. Oh, you just need to decompress. You want to hear some soothing stuff like. So let's just throw some things together and see what sounds good. So let's kind of dampen this because that just sounds a little too sharp. We need it a bit muddy and kind of just dull. Yes, that's not it. Turn down the frequency. So here we go. Oh, can't you just feel the stress leaving your body after hearing this? Sounds like some Mr. Rogers background music. Maybe that's where it all comes from. It's Mr. Rogers background music when you're watching pencils get made in a factory or something. All right, so let's do this here. Where are we at? There we go. There we go. Let's do that. It needs to be more choppy, so it sounds like someone's just... Because a lot of how these beats are made, it's on like a controller with a bunch of buttons, and it's just like each button is a chord. So they just hit this real quick, and dun, 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 dun. So it doesn't sound natural like someone actually played like we just did. So how we'll do this is we'll chop it up here. Yeah, it needs to sound, it needs to be back. Boom, boom. You don't understand, man. After a long day, people want to chill out. They want this background music because they're studying for a big final. They're cramming for a final so they can be that doctor that's going to be prescribing your back pills. So you need to help them by making lo-fi chill hip-hop beats. They're studying hard. They need that lo-fi chill hip-hop. Life is so stressful in college. Oh, man. Nothing like hanging out at coffee shop, lo-fi chill hip-hop. Am I right? All right, so I guess that's about it. That's all you need, really. We could go deeper into like effects and throwing that kind of stuff in there, but let's play with some of the effects now for the drums at least. Let's do the drums. We may want to throw maybe a little bit of reverb on here. And since you don't want everything to be center, we're talking about panning now. So when the listener is listening to something, right now how we have it, everything is center. You may want to pan some things left and right. So like the person has more of a stereophonic experience listening to your very super cool lo-fi chill hip-hop beat. So what I tend to enjoy doing is taking the synth and duplicating the tracks. So turn one to the right, far right, the other one to the far left. So what the listener will have is the synth on each side of the ear, and then in the center gives room for the drums and your vocals, whatever you feel like doing, a lead synth. And then we got this audio track. Let's name this now. This is the ambience, the white noise, whatever, ambience. And we may want to duplicate that too, so the ambience has more of a stereo surround with that too. But know that whenever you duplicate things, it's going to be louder. So you may want to lower the volume, or turn the volume to taste, however you want it to sound. Let's add also, just to give it some kind of like warble sound, what we'll do is give it throw in a phaser or something. So you hear that? When you throw a phaser in your synth, it's going to make people relax so much more and be able to study and focus on that final. I guarantee it. All right, so we got our stuff. We got all that. Let's add a little icing to the cake, shall we? And this is when we bring out the Rhodes. Rhodes is like a, I don't know, I guess it's a staple with a lot of things. All I always think about it is, it sounds like I'm doing a score for a PBS show in the 70s. That's what makes it, I think about it. So let's open up a Rhodes synthesizer. So there you go, there's a Rhodes. This is the Rhodes MK1 Mute. Let's throw some reverb on there, as much as I love reverb, but not too much. All right, there we go. Okay, so lyrics, what should we write about? I don't know, how do people rap over this crap? I'm so tired of conversations. I need to live my life. So maybe we'll turn it up, the tempo, a little bit more. $68 BPM, yo. Tell me, it's been so hard. What are we supposed to rap about here? Day to day, it feels so hard. Day to day, I have it so bad. It's conversating, having so many conversations. You and I have this conversation. It rolls around in my head. What rhymes with conversation? Problems I'm faced with. Yeah. Shopping at the mall. Seeing you and your new man shopping at the mall. New man at the mall. Don't be too descriptive. At the mall. No wonder you ain't been answering my call. There we go. My call. All right, we're not trying to be Eminem here and be a complete wordsmith, rhyme master, okay? Let's not do that. Let's do something else. Let's just do it, There's a lot of moaning and stuff, like you're in pain. Oh, girl. Oh, we had these conversations. let's auto-tune this. We're gonna auto-tune this a lot. Doing a little EQ here on it. Alright, so here we go. I bring to you a lo-fi hip-hop track.
Conversations.
So there you go, guys. It's a lo-fi chill hip-hop track to help you study. That's the basics of it. Have fun out there. Keep on recording. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe!